Hello, Bremer County and all of Iowa. This is Shawn and Emily coming to you from our Deciding Iowa discussion, where we will give an update on the legislative actions and consider the impacts locally and for all of Iowa.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shawn Ellebrook. I'm a cancer scientist, biochemistry professor, school board member, and a former House District 57 candidate.
And I'm Dr. Emily Bavers. I'm an OBGYN, mother of three, and a reproductive freedom advocate.
Emily, last week saw Senate File 383 finally passed, giving local pharmacies a boost in their chance of economic survival. This bill targets pharmacy benefit managers, or PBMs, that act as brokers of drugs. They occupy the space between drug makers, health insurance companies, and the pharmacies. This bill limits some of the seemingly unfair practices of the PBMs that were hurting the financial health of our pharmacies, especially small rural ones. I will also note that there was a failed attachment, a failed amendment to this bill whose goal was to protect Iowans from insurance premium hikes that might happen because of the bill. It is unclear if our premiums will in fact go up or not, but the magic 8 ball says maybe yes.
We'll watch our crystal balls.
From what I gather, local pharmacies are pretty pleased with this legislation, and we certainly don't want to see any more of them closed. So we're happy for them and their communities.
Great.
We'll look for the House to pass their version of the bill soon, and the governor to sign soon after that.
Great. Sounds like good news.
Yeah. Speaking of the governor, early in the legislative session, Governor Reynolds proposed an energy bill that has stalled these last few weeks. A big reason why it has is that Reynolds insists on giving incumbent utility companies the right for first refusal to build new electric infrastructure projects in the state.
Okay.
A U.S. Department of Justice antitrust official appointed by Trump warned that this would stifle competition and potentially raise consumer prices. It's a surprise to see Reynolds put down language against free market practices. Other concerns for this bill is that while the goal of better resource planning is great, the way it is written, it will put corporate profits over Iowans' pocketbooks. It is not a surprise to once again see Republican-driven legislation written for the benefit of corporations over you and me.
Correct.
No news out of either chamber on whether the energy bill will in fact move forward this legislative season, but it is worth noting they still haven't finished their work revising Iowa property tax system either. Time is ticking, Emily.
It sure is. I mean, in fact, today is the last scheduled day of the Iowa legislative season. And our legislature was so busy attacking libraries, gender identity, vaccines, deciding curriculum for schools and universities, arguing over sales tax exemption of toilet paper, attacking STEAM in the form of chemtrails, and working really, really hard to avoid a Senate floor debate on Iowans' property rights that they ran short of time to actually deal with the energy bill problems, finish property tax overhaul, and produce a state budget in time.
They managed to misplay the main purpose of the funnels, to get substantive bills through the committee early enough to allow their budget appropriations process to be wrapped up by now. They were 2 months late with their own school funding deadline, and the fact that they didn't get to appropriations in time comes as a surprise to no one who has followed this painful legislative season.
True that. So now the legislature is going into overtime, and they won't get paid after today other than their travel expenses to the Capitol. But they will likely be working for another week, maybe more. But this is an involved and very iterative process. And early this week, the Senate, working with Governor Reynolds, and the House, curiously not working with Governor Reynolds, came out with independent budget targets. There are some differences between the House and Senate budgets, but they are approximately equal in their overall cost to Iowans.
We expect to see a single merged budget next week. And I, for one, am watching where House Study Bill 337 goes in regard to appropriations for education, especially special education.
Right.
And what complicates their self-afflicted appropriations over time is it is not an easy budget to build. They've cut taxes a ton and are predicted to have a huge deficit no matter what they do. they will have to tap in for sure into one-time reserves supplied in part courtesy of the federal government. And to minimize how much they have to take from those reserves, they're being very stingy with their budgets, proposing minimal increases to needed programs like Medicaid, university, and K-12 funding, especially in a time of rising costs.
Whatever proposals get passed, it won't provide the services that Iowans have come to rely on and need because the state has to focus on affording its tax cuts rather than funding state government. It is so consequential that Republicans with a supermajority trifecta are still so inept that they can't accomplish what's required of them in a timely manner. So, since we're heading into overtime, we'll just leave it there for today. We'll do a quick review of some of the things that have passed the legislature so far, and we're looking forward to discussing the finalized budget in our upcoming wrap of the 2025 legislative season. Be well, Iowa.
Be well.
Midst of the corn, the middle of the USA, here's where I was born, here's where I'm going to stay. Iowa, Iowa, winter, spring, summer, and fall. Come dance with me to the beautiful Iowa walls. Take care of our old, take care of our young, make hay while the sun shines, growing our crops, singing our songs, planting